Hi there everybody, Richard Fulmer here. So I thought I'd just do a quick video on a gentleman I went to go see this past weekend. Local guy from Pretoria, I think he's not from Cape Town. Dan Patlansky, blues rock guitarist, been around for a number of years now. Also goes overseas quite a bit during the year, does a lot of tours. And I caught him doing a solo tour. It's called Me, Myself and My Strat. Plays a Stratocaster pretty much his whole career, I think. I don't think he's played anything else. And amazing concert. Great guitarist. His influences, I guess, would be Stevie Ray Vaughan, Albert King, Jimi Hendrix, that kind of vibe. And a really great concert. And you know, he even said to the crowd that when you're doing it on your own, there's no drummer, there's no bassist, it's just him on the guitar and a whole bunch of pedals. So he's got to make sure that he hits the right pedals or pushes the right pedals with his feet. And it looked quite involved, but he seems to have it down to a fine art. So that's the current tour that he's on, Me, Myself and My Strat. And went through some very good friends of ours who managed to get us tickets. Very grateful for that. Packed house. A place here in Noordhoek in Cape Town called Cafe Roo, which is a great venue for local artists. Always music on the go there. A concert lasted for about an hour, 2 hours. And yeah, really great. Played some really excellent tracks. All his own stuff. I think he did an Albert King track as well. And he did a Hendrix track as well. Saying that that's one of his influences. So it's a gentleman well worth checking out. Like I said, he does tour quite a bit overseas, but he's always on the go here in Cape Town, in South Africa in general, really. Tours all over the place. You can go to his website. Just Google Dan Patlansky. He's on Facebook as well. So I just want to run through some of the albums that he's released. I think he's released something like 10 albums, so he's been quite prolific. Sadly, I only have one of his albums in physical form. I have most of the stuff on my PC, so I need to get some more physical stuff. Anyway, let's just go through what he's done. All the way back to 2004, he'd released an album called True Blues. Much younger Dan Patlansky then. Burst onto the scene. I remember going to a launch party for the album here in Cape Town. I forget the venue now, it was so long ago. And even then, you know, when he had just started out, you could see this guy's got a lot of talent. He's going to go places. And yeah, really amazing guitarist. Also has become a pretty good vocalist as well. And he started out in the blues rock vein, but I think the last few albums he's gone more, I hate to say this word, contemporary, if that's the right word. I don't want to say commercial, but it's more on the rock side of things as opposed to the blues, although obviously he is based in the blues. That's sort of the foundation for him. So that was True Blues in 2004. Then in 2006 he released an album called Real, also really good stuff, also more on the blues side of things. There were one or two covers that he was doing at that stage as well. And I actually thought I had that album Real so that I could show you. And I searched high and low in my collection last night, couldn't find it. Who knows what the hell I've done with it. You know, you forget where you've put things, and yeah, trying to find them is another story. Anyway, moving on to 2009, Move My Soul, an album in 2012 called 20 Stones. And then in 2013, one called Wooden Thoughts, and I might be wrong here, but I think that's an acoustic album. I'll stand to be corrected on that one. And then the album that I do have, Dear Silence Thieves, and that was released in 2014. There we go, Dear Silence Thieves, Dan Patlansky, something I can actually show you. There's the back. So some of the standout tracks on here, and in fact he played this the other evening with his solo stuff. Madison Lane, that's a really good track. Fetch Your Spade, I enjoy that one. Pop Collar Jockey, I think that was a single off the album. Backbite, also a single. Excuse me. This album did really well overseas as well. Like I said, he tours quite a bit, and he got some really good write-ups. There's a site called Blues Rock Review, and I think this was the album of the year. Hold On, Taking Changes, Windmills and the Sea, Only an Ocean, Your War, Feels Like Home, and then Madison Lane, like I mentioned previously. Produced by Theo Kraus. Of course, Theo Kraus is also part of a well-known South African band called the Springbok Nude Girls, but he's also very much into production. Great production on this album, by the way. And yeah, this came out in 2014. Dear Silence Thieves from Dan Patlansky. If you want to jump into his stuff as a starting point, you can't go wrong with this album. Then we get Intro Vertigo from 2016, also very good, similar to Dear Silence Thieves. Perfection Kills, Shelter of Bones. Perfection Kills was 2018, Shelter of Bones 2022, and the most recent one, which came out last year, called Moving On. And I think he played one or two tracks from that as well the other evening. And like I mentioned, the current solo tour, Me, Myself and My Strat, I think that goes on into May, if I'm not mistaken, if I looked at his gig guide. And then I think he does an overseas trip again. And he's played a lot of all the blues festivals. I remember going to see him at a blues festival here in Claremont, when they still had a blues festival there. That's sadly no longer around. The Table Mountain Blues Summit, he was part of that, and I think he was right at the end. He was one of the sort of headliners. And yeah, just an incredible guitarist. Strat gets some mean sounds out of it. When you listen to him play, you can hear the Stevie Ray Vaughan influences, Hendrix as well, but he does have his own stamp on things as well. So if you haven't checked him out yet, please do. Dan Patlansky, our very own, excellent guitarist. He's actually toured with some big names. I think he opened for Bruce Springsteen, when I think Springsteen came over here. And he's also opened for one Joe Satriani, and that's quite a feather to have in your cap, I think. There we go, Dan Patlansky, just a quick video on who I saw the other evening. And if you're able to, check him out. Thanks for watching, guys. Please, any comments down below. If you listen to Dan Patlansky, if you have any of his stuff, if you've seen him lately, let me know and tell me what you think. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up for the video, that'll be great. Have yourselves a great week, great weekend as well. It's a beautiful day here in Cape Town, autumn day, just the way I like it. I'm going to take the dog for a walk just now. I think he's giving me these looks, you know, like take me for a walk. So I thought I'd just quickly do the video first. Take it easy, guys. I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.